It is now to start. Thank you for your taking time out of your busy schedule and gather for Okayama ESD Forum, which is to begin. I am an MC today. I am from the Center for ESD Promotion with the Citizens, Ryo Takahira. Today, photographs and movies will be taken for the sake of keeping a record. The first part of the forum will be uploaded onto YouTube on a later date. If you cannot be in photographs or movies, please let staff know. We will consider your seat assignment accordingly. Now, let us begin the first part of the Okayama ESD Forum with the announcement of the winners of the ESD Okayama Award. Please welcome to the stage, participating on behalf of the organizer, Mr. Masao Omori, Mayor of Okayama, and Dr. Hirofumi Abe, chairperson both for ESD Okayama Award Steering Committee and Okayama ESD Promotion Commission. We're delighted here that besides the in-person participants at the venue, there are many international online participants. ESD Okayama Award is held by the City of Okayama and ESD Okayama Award Steering Committee, who select and recognize best practices that should be globally modeled after and contribute for the dissemination of ESD. The award was established in 2015 and this year marks the 6th. This year, for our solicitation for application for Okayama ESD Award, we have received as many as 83 applications from 33 different countries of the world. Through the careful examination of the applications, the initiatives of the two organizations are awarded the ESD Okayama Award 2020. While they were already publicly announced, but the winners are RCE Central Semenanjung from Malaysia and Balearic Institute of Maritime Archaeology Studies from Spain. Let me briefly introduce their initiatives. RCE Central Semenanjung from Malaysia has been engaged in the project empowering communities for food waste recycling and sustainable urban farming. Their initiatives aim zero food waste and contributes to the reduction of CO2 by applying a composting approach to let waste revert to nature. They have created a sustainable food production system, which is in turn improves the quality of life of urban farmers and people with a low income. Next, Balearic Institute of Maritime Archaeology Studies from Spain has carried out Formentera project, conservation and integration of a maritime cultural heritage in the island community. They preserve and research and disseminate the maritime cultural heritage and carry out education programs for the youth to come to contact with the maritime environment. They also engage private businesses and the local government to achieve island sustainability and create social and economic values. On behalf of the organizer, Mayor Masao Omori of Okayama will deliver a congratulatory speech for the two award winners. Mayor Omori, please.
Hello. Congratulations. I'm Masao Omori, Mayor of Okayama City in Japan. From now on, I make a speech in Japanese.
This award is to introduce that recognize the best practices of ESD in the global scenes, and we'd like to disseminate ESD activities, and I hope that we are going to have more ESD activities spread. And as it was established in 2015, and this marks the sixth of the forum. And the winners of the ESD Okayama Award 2020 are Balearic Institute of Maritime Archaeology Studies and RCE Central Seminanjung from Malaysia. I'd like to extend our cordial congratulations. And for those who unfortunately did not win the award, but we'd like to also pay respect for your zealous activities. And Balearic Institute of Maritime Archaeology Studies from Spain, and they are trying to preserve that maritime cultural heritage and try to link that local communities and education. And also Malaysia's RCE Central Menanjung is trying to aim that of zero food waste and also try to use that composting to revert into nature and try to CO2 reduce. And so they leverage the strength of their respective regions for the spread of ESD, and they showcase their ability to develop their community in a sustainable way. Despite the COVID-19, we have received as many as 83 applications from 33 countries. And the corona is making the world economy stagnant. But because of this, we acutely feel the need for sustainable community development effort. Okayama has been well received about our initiative, which is a community-based ESD activities. We have received the UNESCO Japan Prize on Education for Sustainable Development and were selected SDG's Future City, and we are leading the ESD efforts inside and outside Japan. And so we are working together with the Okayama ESD Promotion Commission to continue working on the sustainable community development for the winners in 2020. We hope that you will build up more momentum with this award and keep up with your good work to realize a better world for future generations. Your continued support for dissemination and the promotion of ESD will be appreciated. Thank you very much and congratulations.
Mayor Omori, thank you. Following on, we'd like to ask review feedback on the projects by the two organizations from Dr. Hirofumi Abe, who served as the chairperson for the ESD Okayama Award Steering Committee and the Review Committee. Dr. Abe, please. As introduced, I served as the chairperson for the review committee and Okayama Award promotion committees. My name is Abe. And from myself, I'd like to share the review feedback from the review committee. First of all, the first organization, the title was Empowering Communities for Food Waste Recycling and Sustainable Urban Farming. And the name of the organization is RCE Central Semenanjung, Malaysia. So regarding the project, the review feedback is that, first of all, the Malaya University, which runs RCE, runs the Zero Food Waste Project, and also it is highly evaluated that contributing broadly in many areas, such as targeting low-income communities in the urban area and working on making the communities healthier and sound by recycling, training and education, and retaining income, such as waste management, energy conservation, and nutritional salts. And also, university, government, and local communities are well coordinated, and a steady mechanism has been established utilizing resources. And also, it is interesting as a recycling-oriented social structure program targeting communities by working on improving the urban environment and low-income community revenue, as well as connecting research and the actual practice. Furthermore, by utilizing methods such as citizen scientists, it is successful as an education program for local residents where the university is located. Next is the second project.
The second project is Formentera Project, Conservation and Integration of a Maritime Cultural Heritage in the Island Community. The organization is Balearic Institute of Maritime Archaeology Studies. This is an organization in Spain. And our feedback for their initiatives is that protection of underwater cultural heritage, local community development, and education are adeptly integrated, involving diverse stakeholders. A way that community development that has been handed down from past generations will be carried over to the next generation conforms to the philosophy of sustainable development. It is a unique initiative in which local citizens strengthen their identity. They also carry out hands-on education. By carrying out education and research for the preservation of a coastal and a maritime cultural heritage, as well as natural heritage, they empower universities and local governments to collaborate for environmental, social, economic, and cultural aspects. They have been successful in convincing the local fishery industry to change to a more environmentally friendly practice. They have given direct impact on their behavior in policy making. It exemplifies the good collaboration between the community and universities, which should be copied after by other communities. They have worked on the awareness of the citizens toward the preservation and the use of maritime and coastal resources. We hope it to be continued. They have international collaboration through the work with overseas universities, including Tokyo University of Maritime Science and Technology in Japan. So overall, these two projects, both of them, have many common elements that of our ESD initiatives, and so we feel that they are quite similar to one another. These are the remarks. Thank you.
Dr. Abe, thank you. Then, we'd like to hear the excitement from the two organizations. RCE Central Semenanjung from Malaysia, Dr. Yusuf and Dr. Guan. Hello. How did you feel hearing the congratulatory speech from Mayor Omori and review feedback from Dr. Abe? First, Dr. Yusuf, can you share how excited you are, please?
Hello, greetings and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very honored to be here today, especially thankful to the Honorable Mayor of Okayama and also to the Chairman of the ESD Steering Award Committee for the congratulatory remark. And we are very happy that we are representing University Malaya and the RCE Central Semenanjung Malaysia in coming up and also producing and working together to do a project to empower communities for food waste recycling and sustainable urban farming. We share the same conviction and commitment, as similar to the award principle, which is to promote ESD practices in local communities around the world and to support ongoing programs related to ESD, because we believe that ESD would be able to empower people, yeah, towards changing their lifestyle, transforming society, yeah, to help people to develop knowledge, skills, values, and behaviors needed for promoting sustainable development. So we believe that education play a very important role, and together we can actually change the way we think and work towards a sustainable future. And we thank so much to the committee for choosing our project. We are indeed very honored, humble, and grateful for the award, and it is actually an impetus for us to work harder, to work with the community, because we believe partnership is very important for a sustainable future. Thank you so much again for the opportunity and for the award.
First of all, I would like to say thank you to ESD Okayama Award Secretariat, Okayama ESD Forum Committee members for organizing this wonderful online event. I'm truly excited and happy to be the co-researcher of this winning project. This year is our 10th anniversary year, and the award is indeed very meaningful to us, especially to those community members who have supported and participated in the project. The award not only does recognize the effort from all project members, but it also helps us to motivate further to inspire more urban communities to live healthier and eat healthier. Once again, on behalf of our team and the community members, I would like to say a big thank you to the organizer again.
Dr. Yusuf, Dr. Guan, thank you very much. Then, Mayor Omori, what did you think after hearing the excitement from the two? Can you share your comment? Yes, so let me share my comment here. So, hearing from two of you, I was very impressed. So, for the sustainable development, what we need to do, so you have that mindset and empowering the communities and also transforming the societies. And I am very impressed with your attitude for that. And in terms of the food waste recycling that you paid attention to, and it happens that the day before yesterday, I myself actually learned that the Okayama private company is working on methane gas, using the methane gas from food waste to generate electricity. And for 1,600 households, the electric power is provided with the regenerative energy. And so that's how the electric power is provided. And I actually attended the inaugural plant ceremony there. So right now, the food waste is also becoming an issue in Japan and also globally as well. And so you worked on composting. I believe that that's a really wonderful effort. And I really wish that you further work on this. Thank you very much, and congratulations. Mayor Omori, thank you very much. And also RCE Central Semenanjung from Malaysia, thank you. We look forward to your presentation on the project later. Then,
now we turn to EVM, Dr. Aragon. Hello. Hearing the Mayor Omori and Dr. Abe's remarks, what's your view? Can you let us know how happy you are?
Thank you, everyone. I'm really happy because yes, this is not an opportunity only for our organization, but for for everyone, because with your award, you're putting up front the role of maritime heritage in the sustainability screen. So we're facing the ocean decade, and I think we're playing a great role in this challenge. Thank you very much. I'm very grateful for your award.
Dr. Aragon, thank you. And Mayor Omori, hearing what Dr. Aragon had to say, do you have any observation?
どうもおめでとうございました。
Congratulations.
最後の言葉
And
で
your last statement, and you're challenging the status quo of the maritime resources.
このようなスペインの
And this kind of
アレス
effort of the Balearic Institute of Archaeology, Maritime Archaeology Studies, should be copied after in the various parts of the world. And so you are leading this effort in the world.
もう世界共通ですが
And this is universal. And we have wasted plastic is an issue in Okayama as well. And it is floating in the ocean, and they are brought onto beaches, and this is becoming a great big issue.
我々も対策を講じて
And so we are working against it, but it is not easy to work it, and so we need to have everybody get involved and not just searching for a solution. I think that we need to have action together, and together with the EBM, and we'd like to work hard. And so I hope that you'll keep up your good work and lead the world. Thank you. Mayor Omori, thank you very much. And Dr. Aragon from EBM, thank you very much. And later, we'll ask you to give us a presentation later.
Then the two organizations will present on the winning projects, but we have to prepare for the presentations. We will take a 5-minute break here. We are restarting at 2:28 p.m. By the way, as Mayor Omori has a public engagement, he's leaving the event here. Mayor Omori, thank you very much. From here, we are having presentations from both the Malaysian and Spanish organizations. For those attending online, as there is a Q&A function in the system, please enter your question using the function. Then, we'd like to ask RCE Central Semenanjung from Malaysia for their presentation. The title of the winning project is Empowering Communities for Food Waste Recycling Sustainable Urban Farming. From RCE Central Semenanjung, Dr. Yusuf and Dr. Guan, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Madam Chairperson, for the kind introduction. I'm very happy to be given this opportunity. I'll be presenting today our project entitled Empowering Communities for Food Waste Recycling and Sustainable Urban Development, Urban Farming and Urban Development. And this is going to be the content of my presentation, where I'll cover our initial project of Zero Waste campaign in University Malaya, and then how we extend it to community engagement, and we'll show some data analysis of positive impact. So for the introduction, I would like to actually share with you the reason why this project is so important. As mentioned by the mayor earlier, you know that sanitary solid waste is actually a big issue, not just in Malaysia but worldwide. Yeah, and this slide describes the alarming rate of waste generation in Malaysia, where every day almost 38,000 tons of solid waste are disposed to dump sites or landfill in Malaysia, which actually will fill up one of our tallest twin tower, which is the KLCC or Petronas Twin Tower, in a few days. So it is important to note that the main waste management method in Malaysia is still landfill. And not only that, if you look at the type of waste generated, you will see that the bulk of the waste, food waste, makes up the main part of the waste generated, where almost 52% followed by plastics and diapers. Hence, the attention to sustainable food waste management is really pertinent and is important to be addressed. Okay, and this slide explains the environmental impact resulted from the management or mismanagement of food waste or organic waste, which include greenhouse gases emission, river pollution, air pollution, and public health issues. So it is very important that to address the issue of food waste management so that it do not create environmental problems. And our main aim is actually to showcase that the objective of waste management and the moving trend of integrated solid waste management is important, because integrated solid waste management should include biological treatment, material recycling, thermal treatment, and only finally go to landfill. However, the best is if we can actually practice waste prevention, because that is the best approach in terms of the waste hierarchy. So coming back to the SDG goal or Sustainable Development Goal as described by United Nations, where it is a blueprint to achieve a better and more sustainable future for all. We are supposed to address global challenges we face, including those related to poverty, inequality, climate, environmental degradation, prosperity, peace and justice. Yeah? So integrated solid waste management actually acts a key pertinent aspect to delivering the SDGs. And in terms of SDG for solid waste contribution, it has actually good contribution to SDG 12, SDG 13, 2, SDG 3, and so on. So this slide actually looks at the 7 messages in Sustainable Development Goals related to municipal solid waste. Yeah, it shows that we need to actually ensure that in order for us to achieve those 17 goals, SW municipal solid waste management contributing to SDG 11, which is the partnership, cities, sustainable cities and communities. SDG 13 on climate change, SDG 12 responsible consumption and production, SDG 3 good health and well-being, 6 on clear water and sanitation, and of course 17 partnership for goals, because we need to strengthen partnership to improve municipal solid waste management in our cities and in our countries. And it is also highlighted the importance of waste separation by giving examples of if you can actually do separation at source, all these waste can be upcycled, can be recycled, and can be reused, and it is actually it can also be turned into useful resources, and they are actually having value rather than ending up in landfill site and causing environmental problems. Yeah, I think it's understood that unseparated waste has less value and need to be disposed into landfill, creating adverse and negative environmental impact. So as a background of our project, I think we are very familiar that The key points are the accumulation of food waste in landfill is found to increase in terms of global warming potential because they release greenhouse gases and they do pollute our wastewater, our surface runoff water, and our underground water and so on because of the leachate that they produce, and if it is uncontrolled, it could actually become a significant environmental adverse impact. So to curb the problem of this growing problem, researchers and team members from University Malaya and from RCE Central Semenanjung, led by myself and my team, we extended our campus sustainable waste management initiative to communities in urban areas to empower them in developing an integrated food waste management system and creating sustainable farming. So this is basically the objectives of the project. We want to to educate society and community to divert waste from landfill so that they promote a more sustainable lifestyle and improve quality of life for environment, people and planet, and encourage participation from local communities to develop an integrated organic waste management in a particular community that we have chosen. We wish to transfer knowledge of environmental conservation and integrated waste management and biological treatment. And also, hopefully, our project has transferred technology of organic waste treatment, anaerobic composting, and also digestive processing, covering technical and economic aspects. So to start off, let me just introduce quickly our University Malaya Zero Waste Campaign project as a living lab. It started as one of the pioneer projects that combine research as a living lab, so that we could actually simultaneously solve the solid waste problem in University Malaya while converting our food and organic waste so that we can actually promote this integrated waste and sustainable waste management. And now we produce our own organic compost, and we also do our urban farming using our organic compost. This is also a brand of University Malaya as a showcase of our commitment towards sustainable compost. So this is our ongoing project in University Malaya. We started way back in 2012 and until now it is still going strong. We have many projects encompassing our recycling bins, pro bins. We also have our green bag scheme, bio waste composting, used clothes recycling, wood waste energy recovery. We have an aerobic digester, an intelligent recycling center, and we also have 3R on wheels, where we participate and collaborate with our waste concessionaire that collects our recycling. And this is to showcase our achievement, not just in environment, but social and economic impact. If you look at the impact to the society, this project has diverted more than 1 million kilogram of food and organic waste from entering our Malaysian landfill site, and we have reduced more than 5 million kilograms CO2 equivalent of CO2 from happening at the landfill site. On top of that, we have created revenue for the university, and we also sponsors for charities amounting to almost 38,000, and we have trained more than 12,000 visitors and people, and we have created and saved not just to the University Malaya more than almost 500,000 ringgit Malaysian. Yeah, and we have also created generation of income from our training, compost, recyclables, and organic vegetables. So extending the work to the community is very important that we empower our strategy model for community engagement. And this is the step that we take, starting from identifying engaged stakeholders right up to the reflection and strategizing and evaluating of the progress of the project, because it is a continuous and continual improvement project looking at how to empower stakeholders and communities. So there were many steps and many aspects before we started the project. We had to have pre-engagement on site with community representatives. We did baseline data collection and analyzing of data and feasibility study. Yeah. Not only that, we actually launched Empowering Communities project with the support from our Member of Parliament. Yeah, and it's attended very well indeed by the community, because they see the commitment from various aspects and partnership between the universities, the Member of Parliament and community. And we carry out to this specific committee this empowering of separation of food waste and promoting the organization and transforming of composting from food waste and organic waste, and also promote organic farming. So it is a continuous progress, yeah, and the community are very committed with this program because to them it's not only promoting sustainable development, but it is also creating a community togetherness with also improving their health and also improving and supplying good healthy food. Yeah, so this is the picture of the implementation of the project before when there was nothing, and after when we actually trained them, yeah, to showcase how composting can be done very easily. And we also train and educate through our guidelines, brochures, flyers, and training sessions. So we had many transfer of knowledge and capacity building with the community that we have done throughout the project. These are examples of our brochures and our materials that we give to the community for them as a step-by-step to actually learn how to actually carry out a successful project for composting. Okay, so these are just examples. We've come up with guidelines, code of practice, brochures, and our project extended to many communities and it's continuously progressing to other communities because now there's a lot of awareness and interest from the community to together help save the environment. So this is another community, yeah, another community that has also embarked on the project. So it comprises of low income and also high-rise dwellings. And also we target the B40, which is the below 40 or the poorer community, because we want to empower them and to make them not just become environmental stewards and championing environmental causes, but they can also generate income out of the activities. Yeah, and we also extend not just to Peninsular Malaysia, but to also community in our east of Malaysia, in Sarawak, which is the Barrio community. So this is just to show the data analysis before and after, because we believe that in order for you to improve your performance, you need to showcase and you need to track your progress. So this is the demographic of the community that actually were involved in the project, making up of gender, education level, religious background, and then their occupation and household size. And this is the snapshot of the results, looking at the different communities that we have worked with. And if you can see, these are the population sizes of the community and the number of participants that was involved, and the participation rate and food waste composted per day, yeah, and the type of composting that was trained and done with the community. Okay, so not only that, we also look at the economic benefits, the social benefits, and also outreach in terms of the significant impact to the project. So in total, food waste recycling has amounted to almost more than 55,000 tons of waste that has been diverted from entering the landfill. Yeah, and if you look at the direct and indirect economic benefits, all of them has got tremendous impact in terms of promoting sustainable development, be it from economic, environment, and social aspect. So these are just consideration of the dimensions when evaluating the efficiency of food waste recycling. So in other words, we want to ensure that there is net economic benefit, economic savings, and also avoided environmental impact, plus social benefits, like for example, the types of jobs that can be created, new skills that people learn and are aware. Yeah, and on top of that, we hope to actually create more awareness and create a behavioral change so that people becomes more proactive in trying to reduce the environmental burden from solid waste, especially the food waste. So in conclusion, municipal solid waste disposal is a serious problem worldwide, and the option of landfilling requires a large land mass area, and economically very expensive process. So a positive community engagement aspect has shown success and eventually may reduce risk associated with local waste, and the dissemination of information with a simplified proper infrastructure construction system and including the alliance with strategic partnership and collaboration with active community members has been promoted and was revealed to be the key steps towards necessary for empowering the community with the sustainable recycling practices and urban farming. So with that, we have actually promote positive impact towards the people, planet, and also profit. And I think all of us have to work together, creating partnerships between communities, institutions, and also various stakeholders, because together we can create a better future. So with that, I end my presentation. Thank you so much for your kind attention.
Well, RCE Central Semenanjung from Malaysia, thank you very much. And those attending on site, are there any questions on this project? Well, please come up to the microphone here, please. Well, thank you very much for introducing the project. So in your presentation regarding the local communities, so it seemed that it was playing a big role. And the targeted local communities, what kind of stakeholders in the local communities were the members, and who were engaged in order to have the whole local communities to work on this? For example, you mentioned about education, but for example, elementary school or middle high school, so were they engaged in this project? So can you hear a little more about that?
Okay, thank you so much for the question. Basically, when I showed you the slides showing all the stakeholders and the visitors that we empower and also we create awareness and give training, I showed you, I think more than almost 12,000 people over the years. They include all sectors of the society, including school children, university children, local universities, and also foreign universities, including government agencies and also international participants. But what I'm showing in this presentation is specifically to the community at large, which actually also include school children as part of the households that was involved in the project. Yeah. So we did not actually specifically go to schools, say, because there are other projects under the RCE Semenanjung Malaysia that actually works with school on a different project, but of course related to sustainable development. But on our level, this particular project is actually targeting the whole community or the residents of a community, which includes the whole household, including the children that are ongoing school children. So we believe that by empowering the community, and when we work as a group, as a team, and they contribute in the project, we do not actually demarcate or differentiate whether they are school children, children, or whether they are working people. As long as they are community of that area, all of them are actually welcome, and actually they do participate in the program. So that's how we actually carry out project, because we did not really specify which level or which particular stakeholders. We work with all stakeholders in the community and the household. So basically, to me, when we talk about households, you have all layers of the society, including school children. And of course, RCE Semenanjung has got many other projects that actually works with the school children, not just on environmental projects, but also societal projects, I know for sure they're very successful projects working with the community. But maybe just to highlight to you the progress of the extension of our work, because our work is evolving and we are working with more and more community. This year, actually, our team is going to actually target a specific high ranking school in our area, near our area, so that we can actually set up a model zero waste facility in that school, so that it will become a model in our city for other schools to follow. So, as what I was presenting earlier, work with the community at large. But for this year specifically, we are already focusing on working on a specific school so that we can develop a model zero waste facility, and that will be used by our municipal council to become a model to be replicated by all other schools in our city near University Malaya. I hope that answered your question.
Well, thank you, Yusuf, Dr. Yusuf. And then, are there any questions from online participants? Yes, so we have a question from online participant. There's been questions from two participants. One is that regarding the urban farming land, who's providing the land? Is that the university or the government? Can you share your thoughts on this?
So the earlier project that we showed on the University Malaya Zero Waste Campaign, the land is actually coming from the university. So the university allocated space for us, and we work on that space to showcase an integrated waste management facility with a resource training office and an integrated system of food and organic waste management, where we convert our food and green waste using Capra open air static composting, and we actually produce our own organic compost, and that organic compost is actually now a branding of University Malaya, where we actually sell SUM organic compost, and we also use that for our urban farming to produce our own organic vegetable used by our own university staffs and also students. Whereas the community land area or project, the land is provided by the community. So like the example that was shown, so it is done in the vicinity of the household or of the community space. Like for example, one of the community is a condominium area. It's closed area, enclosed area of a few thousand people. So they have a lot of green lands, and they actually allocated a portion of the land for that project. And it's very successful because majority of the community actually joined, and they are very happy with the project because they will not only create strong bond for the community to do community work, while they actually improve the quality of environmental performance by converting and treating their green waste and food waste into compost, but they are also actively and successfully cultivating organic vegetables for their own consumption, and eventually if it is on a bigger scale, hopefully they can also generate income out of it. So most of the land are actually provided by the community themselves. But of course, we have our University Malaya Zero Waste project that is actually open to anyone, to everyone. If they do not have the space or they want to learn and they want to actually look at a project, an integrated model, they can always come to University Malaya to learn, and from there, many communities have actually started their own projects successfully by going through the training that we do at University Malaya and then replicating it at the community. Thank you.
So, Dr. Suminov, thank you very much. There were two more questions from the online participants. So let me actually ask the second question. So when did your project start? Can you actually share that information with us?
So, for your information, the project officially started in 2012, as shown in the slide. Unofficially, it started in 2010 as a class project. And I'm happy to announce that Dr. Guan was actually the pioneer. He was the student at that time in my class in 2010 as a final year, because I'm teaching environmental engineering. So he was one of the pioneer or the leader of the team that started from a class project in 2010 as a class assignment. So we started small in 2010 as a final year environmental engineering class project under the course which I was teaching at the time, solid waste management. And we started at our Department of Civil and Environmental Engineering first. And then we extended the work to get the support from the faculty, and the dean of the faculty gave us some space and small seat. We extended whole faculty of engineering in University Malaya. Then with the success of the faculty work in 2010-2011, we wanted to expand to the university. And it wasn't easy initially, but I'm thankful for the perseverance and hard work of at that time, my student, Dr. Guan and his team members. And we managed to actually get support finally from the university with some funding from outside agency, which is a bank, a foundation, CSR project. And that was actually the start of the university-wide project. And with the support of the management of the university, the project has actually flourished and progressed over the years. And up till now, when you can see that when we started, it was just a small recycling project and separation of food waste at source, because we have a lot of cafeterias and a lot of residential colleges with a lot of students staying in campus, and there was a lot of cooking and there was a lot of food waste that was generated. So we wanted to divert and to ensure that our food waste and a lot of green waste that we produce in University Malaya do not end up in the landfill site, because of the known fact that it will actually create a lot of adverse or negative impact. When we know that if we actually do separation at source and we treat them at site, we can actually generate precious resource. So in our integrated University Malaya Zero Waste campaign, we not only convert to compost, but we also convert to biogas, because we have an anaerobic digester, and the biogas is used as an renewable energy source for our workers to be cooking, and also recycling back into using our shredder and all that. So we wanted to showcase and educate the community that waste that is separated at source and treatment and done properly can actually become a great resource, not just in terms of promoting new renewables, but also reducing and promoting environmental conservation. Okay, so that has been the journey, and as we proceed from 2012 officially at the university level until now, we have extended our work not just to do in campus, but working with so many other communities in spreading the knowledge, the awareness, and capacity, and working with different communities, right from, like I said, school to universities to government agencies, even international agencies and participants. Because we believe that in order for us to create a better world, you have to work with as many stakeholders and partner with as many people as possible. Because taking care of the environment is everyone's responsibility.
Dr. Yusuf, thank you very much. So there are more questions, but because of limited time, so we are ending the question and answer session here. So again, RCE Central Semenanjin, Dr. Yusuf and Dr. Guan, thank you very much.
So we'd like to move to EBM. I would like to ask Dr. Aragon to give us your presentation. And project is Formentera project, conservation and integration of a maritime cultural heritage and in the island community. Now we're going to show you the video of EBM.
Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Enrique Aragon. I'm Research Director for the Balearic Institute of Studies in Maritime Archaeology. First of all, I want to thank you very much to the organization for inviting us to this event, and thank you very much for selecting IBM to receive the Okayama ESD Award 2020. This is clearly one of the most significant events of our non-profit organization. We sincerely appreciate the attention the organizers give to our work. Today I'm presenting the Formentera project in a short presentation in just 10 minutes, so let's go to it. IBM was established in 2015 for research, protect, preserve, and disseminate the richness of underwater maritime cultural heritage in the Balearic Islands, Spain, in line with the 2001 UNESCO Convention. Our organization aims to cooperate with the local authorities, improving human well-being and social equity, while significantly reducing risk and impact on the coastal and sea cultural environment. Over the last 5 years, our organization has established projects ensuring the efficiency and optimization of maritime cultural resources and their usage, engaging the island communities. The protection of all kinds of cultural heritage is a very important aspect to safeguard cultural diversity and reinforce society's sense of identity, strengthen social cohesion, and facilitate mutual understanding, as well as bringing economic benefits. Formentera projects conservation and integration of maritime cultural heritage in the island community is an action program developed in the Balearic Islands since 2015. This initiative enables the protection of the island's maritime cultural heritage through educational and research actions that involve government organizations and companies directly related to the island. This effort is aimed at offering the local community a connection channel with its maritime environment and its cultural background, generating a participatory awareness of the impact they have on the future of the island. Formentera project uses a strategic framework taking into consideration the maritime cultural heritage as a base for sustainable development, bringing together economy, culture, and society. This vision from Formentera project was to develop actions centered in the maritime cultural heritage to stimulate the local economy as a means of realizing the island development. This project highlights the need to conserve the integrity of Formentera maritime environment and heritage for present and future generations. These actions are based on, first, economy efficiency, strengthening the role of local government as a regulator, sustainability, ensuring sustainable use of maritime and coastal resources together with social cultural background, social equity, filling the inequality gap, giving access to high-quality education and local investment opportunities, research and innovation towards a knowledge of cultural maritime space for management and technology-based economy, creative business solutions, and high-value products. And finally, partnerships. Key points of this project have been, first, the educational program. The Formentera project has promoted the educational approach based on 2 different levels. First, it was essential to involve local schools and colleges through participatory educational programs.
These programs have made it possible for children and young people to come into contact with the maritime environment through their cultural heritage. One of the most effective activities was the so-called dive camp that we got in the image, where young participants between 10 and 15 years old acquire the first diving experience together with the content that promotes the relevance of conservation and protection of the coastal and underwater environment. Another key point was the local impact. Our project has had a direct positive impact on the community by creating an awareness that unites values around the island cultural heritage and its marine environment. Finally, it was really interesting for this project, the factor of innovation. Among other things, this project has established a more effective dialogue between national and local authorities, reviewing the corporate plans or pertinent government agencies to include ESD objectives. Private enterprise in Formentera within the tourism sector has a crucial role to play in supporting the concept of ESD. For this reason, our project has involved several key actors of this sector to be active participants in the ESD process. Finally, the local community and their identification with their cultural heritage was the focus of this project. Embracing ESD actions within the local communities contribute through modifying everyday behavior and through the opportunities open to influence community practices. As an island, the communities here have a high capacity to understand that our choices can impact real changes. In the coming years, IBM wants to expand the Formentera project within more effective and efficient management and understanding the blue cultural resources of the island. In this sense, we need to increase the collaboration between local business and the local government. This is critical for all aspects of social, industrial, economic, and environmental planning. Local community will still our target, trying to generate a more significant investment to create dynamic changes in the local population. Developing education and fieldwork in the research of the maritime cultural heritage will help to empower those local industries and their ESD strategies and assisting the local governments to move towards a sustainable blue economy policy. It should also be recognized that many of the broad strategic directions and actions outlined in this project will require substantial funding. However, from the organization, we are committed to finding the necessary resources to make it possible. Thank you, everyone.
From EBM, Dr. Aragon, thank you very much. Can you give us your input, your opinion at this time?
Thank you. So this was a real interesting experience. It was focused really on community and also to defend the position of culture as an important element in the sustainability project. It is interesting to highlight the efforts of local industry because it was really hard to engage every company that was part of this project. Someone was contributing with infrastructure, other people like the local government was contributing with financing. So this has been a very interesting, let's say, case of a study. But for the future, we're looking for expand this experience because we believe maritime cultural heritage has a lot to say when we're talking about sustainability, especially in young population and communities, because we're not teaching them but is their background attached to the maritime and coastal areas, they're never gonna take their own initiative into protect these resources.
Thank you very much. Well, participants in the venue, do you have any questions to this initiative? Then could you please come forward to the microphone? Hello? Thank you very much for your wonderful presentation. And you are talking about culture, and which I am very much interested in. Culture. I am very much interested in the culture of ESD. And could you elaborate on the culture? And you talked about blue culture, blue economy, and so you use these words. And so, blue culture and blue economy. And what is the core concept of a blue culture and a blue economy?
Thank you very much for that question. It's actually a very interesting concept that I think it should become more popular, because we really, in context like islands, but Japan is a very good example. The word blue culture linked to blue economy should be more and more common. We're talking about active projects of research. IBEAN is developing every year a number of research projects, shipwreck and coastal management. And we realize at some point, we're very, very close to the communities, because the communities actually, most of the time, they giving us feedback, but also they suffering the repercussions of any policy decision or creation. I think in the next few years, like in the next decade, it's really interesting to attach blue culture and all the concepts that are surrounding this approach together with an educational plan. An educational plan that can and must enhance the ability of every community to accept their historical background and their power in the community to fight and to embrace this blue economy. If we don't make part of this blue economy, the community is part of the blue economy, it's really hard that we got a real successful, because people never gonna identify themselves with this kind of approach.
Dr. Aragon, thank you very much. And do we have any questions from online participants? Yes, we do. Dr. Aragon, working on that sea resources, and you are working on a wonderful initiative developing identity. What is your hardest challenge, and how did you overcome it?
Thank you for the question. I think the challenge is always to expand the vision. And to expand the vision, we need investment and convince the industrial sector close attached to coastal environment to be more participative in this initiative. And I think that the big challenge is to create that channel of communication, not just with the companies that has a direct profit from the marine and ocean economy, but also the governments to see the potential of creating the necessary context to offer blue skills to the citizenship.
Thank you very much. And once again, we'd like to thank Dr. Aragon for your presentation. This concludes that ESD Okayama Forum, the first part. From RCE Central Seminanjin, Dr. Yusuf and Dr. Guan, and Dr. Aragon from EBM from Spain. Once again, we would like to extend our heartfelt gratitude to your presentation. And Dr. Abe and online participants, thank you very much for your time and attention.